This is Max Spinner. I am auditioning to become a drum major for the Mayo High School Bands, and I thought I would answer some questions. Now, I think the two main things that set me apart from other student leaders are my experience in music and my devotion to music. I've been doing music for 10 years. I've been playing piano since I was 5, took up euphonium in middle school, and then taught myself trombone at the end of my 8th grade year, and then took up bass trombone this year. So, I have a lot of experience in music, and I'm also really devoted to music, given that I've been in 5 different ensembles this year: symphonic winds, pit orchestra, brass quintet, concert orchestra, and jazz one. 4 of those were happening all at the same time at one point. And so I think I'm extremely devoted to music and super experienced in music, and I want to use that to kind of bring our music department and our band in the right direction as much as I can. Now, I do not have any official leadership experience, and I am kind of relatively, not well versed in the art of leadership, and that's my biggest drawback as a candidate, in my opinion. But my biggest leadership position is probably being a moderator on a 170-person Discord server, and it can be very challenging at times trying to declutter and kind of keep it from being extremely chaotic. But it takes a lot of leadership to be a moderator, and so I think that experience will help me as a drum major. And I also want to apply to become a drum major because I want to learn more about leadership, and I want to acknowledge that I'm not really experienced as a leader, and I want to learn as much of that as I can by going through this application process. I know this is going to be a very stressful job, and at some points I am going to feel like I'm not going to be able to handle it. But I think what's going to push me through is kind of the prospect of doing things for the entire music department. I see myself as really, kind of driven to, not let others down. And I think that is kind of going to help me get through, all the stress that's going to be thrown at me as a drum major. I think it's really important to just, you really have to take every student's needs into consideration, and, I want to kind of develop that closeness with them so that I can, kind of know their problems. And I think, a lot of problems that, might seem like they have to do with music have a lot of, kind of, underlying, I don't really know how to say this, but, underlying, there's something else going on, you might think your problem is about music, but it might be about, something greater, other stress in your life, or, a bad home life, or overload, or, overwork, or, being overworked from your school teachers and not having a time for music. And I want to help, kind of work those out and, see problems, kind of beyond the scope of things that can be related to music. And I think that will help me a lot, to, support my peers and help them through their problems. Alright, so, thank you. And I will see you all when school hopefully starts again this fall.